Sutherland joining you from the NHAA 2023 Naturopathic Symposium. With us today, I have Dr. Janet Schloss, who has presented yesterday. Janet, can you tell us a little bit about your presentation?
Yeah, definitely. So yesterday we had a panel discussion on cancer. So it was a little bit different to the normal type of discussion. We're not just talking about like supplements and herbs, stuff that you use for people going through chemotherapy or treatment. We actually talked about our experience and about working with the patient and how that affects. So about holding space, about listening to them, about hearing their story, working with them, talking about hard conversations that you need to actually have, and how that affects you and affects the people that are actually around there. So a very different lived experience. And I think that is a conversation that really needs to happen, because especially for new practitioners or people wanting to get into this space, because it's not an easy space. You know, it is a life and death type of things, and it is something that's really important to that person, to be able to hold space that they can actually feel heard, and then make lifestyle suggestions that are important to them and what they can actually do at that particular stage, because it's a moving beast.
Yeah, it's such a complex area, and one where I think we don't have enough discussions around. You know, as naturopaths, we want to heal everyone and save everyone, but sometimes that's just not possible. So how do we be of service when that's the case? Yeah.
Absolutely, and that was one of the things we talked about, you know, like palliative care, about people who have metastatic cancer, and that, you know, they know that they're going to die from that disease. So how do we go about it? What do we do? Like making quality of life. And, you know, one of the questions was, what is success? So success for cancer is so different to anything else. It's not like, oh, we've cured them, because you can't say that. You know, success for some people maybe is that we got them through treatment. So we mitigated some of the side effects for them, and then we helped to restore them to be able to function to the best of their ability. Other ones, you know, like with what I said, is that sometimes I had a little boy, like one of the stories I told yesterday was I had a little boy who came to me and he was in a wheelchair and he was being sent home to die. So, and all he wanted to do was be able to get up and run around and stuff like that in his home from there. And yet at that stage he wasn't able to get out of the wheelchair. So we worked with him, we got him out of the wheelchair, he got home, he had 2 weeks where he was able to play and run around and do all the stuff that he remembered. And then in the next week he went down and he passed away. That to me is a success.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I said, like it's actually seen in a very different way. And to us, you know, it's about quality of life and making them feel the best that they can with what they've got and understand what's going on as well.
And it is a bit of a paradigm shift in how we think about things, and I love that you have raised that conversation. I also know that you work at the National Centre for Naturopathic Medicine, so what do you do there?
So my role at the National Centre for Naturopathic Medicine, which is called NCNM at Southern Cross, is a clinical trials fellow. So I'm head of clinical trials. So I basically am the chief investigator for nearly all of the clinical trials that are run out of the centre. And that can be for people, for different industry type things. I do a lot of research with medicinal cannabis. It can be investigator-led as well. And obviously there's other researchers in our centre that have their own investigator-led research as well. But majority of what I do is definitely industry-led research.
Well, I've heard some amazing things about the centre and spoken to a few of the people involved there. It certainly sounds like a great place to be working.
We have, to me, I'm a bit biased, but we have, I think, a fantastic team, you know, that really complement each other. We have, I think John Wardle has done a fantastic job in picking the people that are actually there, and every one of them has really high calibre qualifications, but abilities to be able to bring, like, I think, good research and support the naturopathic profession in a great way.
Well, thank you so much for joining us today. If you'd like to find out more about Janet and her work at the National Centre for Naturopathic Medicine, please head to their website.